Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is having a beautiful day. Today we have one of my favorite videos to film, and it's going to be my entire Hermès handbag collection. And for the ones that are not new, if you're subscribed to my channel, you will be familiar with all of these bags. You will also know that I just adore every single one of them. Just the fact that these bags are here today, it was just like hunting my Pokemons. Every single bag definitely has its backstory and the reason why I wanted it. I have this massive passion for Hermès colors, and you're gonna be able to tell as I go bag by bag, because I do want to give like a mini review of each and every single bag. I'm gonna be dividing it by Birkins, Kellys, Constance, and then the micro bags that I call them. And I plan to share pros and cons, my thoughts on the size, going quite in depth into the colors, the leathers, the hardware, like everything. I also want to go into the twillies and accessories that I use usually for each and every single one of them. So with that said, get comfortable, grab your coffee if it's the morning, maybe a glass of wine if it's a little bit later, and let's chat about bags. So diving into my bag collection, I don't think that I can properly start this video without giving Vertologs the shout out that they truly deserve. I don't think my bag collection would be what it is today if it was not for them. Every single time that I've put a bag in my head, no matter the color, no matter how hard it is to find, I can get very specific with the combinations of bags that I want. And when it comes to Hermès, for anyone that is into this, you will know that if you want a color that is past season or in a certain size, it can be literally impossible. So the fact that many of these bags are being very specific with the color, the hardware, the leather, the size, and every single time they found it. Right now I am quite set on one bag that I would love to get for this summer, but I am definitely waiting it out. So yeah, for the bags that I kinda already know that it's going to be impossible to get from the store, I usually keep my eye out for anything new that they get on the website. But mainly I follow them on Instagram, and that's where I see the new things that they tend to have. Georgia always does the unboxings of the new arrivals, and I definitely have push notifications for their Instagram stories, because sometimes these bags, the moment that they have them in stock, they just fly. The shopping experience with them is absolutely amazing. Something that I really love about them is that every single time that there's something special like Christmas, Valentine's Day, and now even Mother's Day, they always have special packaging and they really go all out. So you do get that luxury experience 100%. Their packaging is amazing, like from the outside to the inside. Every little card, the stickers, they have the most amazing shipping that I've ever experienced before. I live in Spain and they're located in the US, and if I order something 2 business days later, it's at my door, and no customs at all, which is the most amazing part for me. And of course everything is authentic. I trust them so much. I've been shopping from them for years and years, and I know the owners, Georgia and Hunter, and you can tell the amount of love they put to everything that they do. So yeah, I just wanted to highly recommend them for anyone that has been looking, especially when it comes to Hermès bags. They also have Chanel and other brands, but they have been definitely my go-to, and I really appreciate that they allow me to always give you guys discount codes, that in case anyone wants to shop from them, I'm gonna leave my discount code on the screen. It's the highest one that they've ever given me, and it gives you 150 USD off, which is a really good deal. And they also let me do a monthly favorite section on their website, which I love every single month, just going and picking my favorite bags that they have in stock. I'm going to also link it in the description box down below. So you're definitely going to be able to tell that my favorite bag in this world is the Birkin 25. Since I'm gonna be starting with the Birkins, I'm gonna go from the smaller sizes to the bigger sizes, and same goes to the other style of bags. And the first one being the bag that I'm actually wearing today. This is one of my favorite bags in my entire collection, and I know that I'm gonna be saying that a lot throughout this video, so let's just accept that I adore every single one of these bags. But this is a Birkin 25 in the color Jaune with Palladium hardware in Togo leather. This is a 360 of the bag. This bag, I got it almost exactly 1 year ago, and this was from Vertologs, and Jaune was on my wish list for so many years. I know that I talked about it on and on and on and on, and I just could not find it. It's, in my opinion, the prettiest yellow that Hermès has ever done. But for anyone that knows me, you'll know that I've been obsessed with this color for at least 4 years now. It's just the perfect shade of yellow. It's not too light, it's not too bold, and I've noticed that this yellow can look a little bit warmer when you wear it outside, and when you're indoors it can get a very subtle lime color. This bag makes me think of sunshine, butter, lemons, and definitely summer. For years when I was looking for this bag, I initially wanted it in yellow gold hardware, but one day as I was browsing on Pinterest, I saw this picture of this exact combo and I just fell in love with it. I changed my mind and I started to look for this one with Palladium, and I think it was even harder to find in this exact combo. So at some point I reached out to Georgia from Bertalux and I tell her that if she ever comes across this one, that I was basically sold, especially last year, and at some point they had it in stock and I just did not hesitate at all, and the bag is here. I've owned this bag for a year now, and at the beginning I was a little bit hesitant of yellow. I thought that it was a type of color that I just love to look at, but that it was gonna be very hard to match it because I am blonde, and for some reason I've always heard that blondes cannot wear yellow, and I also thought that it was gonna be very hard to pair this bag with something else, and turns out that I was completely wrong because I used this bag so much last year. It was one of my most used bags. It was so worth the wait and I love it so much. Also being the 25, the reason why I love the Birkin 25 so much, this size fits more than enough for me, so I don't need anything bigger. It's not that heavy and it's an open tote. I really love having open access to my things because I'm constantly reaching for things inside of my bag, so I love having an open tote. And top handles are my favorite style. I really love using it on the crook of my arm. Now as for accessories, I do have this beautiful Dior mid-size, which is the equivalent to Twillies, but it has two sides, and the one that I use is the one with the flowers. This one not really because it's a little bit too mustardy. The thing is that I could not find at Hermès Twillies that would fit the bag. I wanted to protect the handles because this is a very light bag, but at the same time all of them just have so many different colors, and for me when I'm looking for Twillies or accessories, I really wanted to complement the bag without really overpowering or adding too much because then it becomes too busy. But I do understand that it's kind of necessary to put Twillies on your bags sometimes, especially with really light colors. So I'm gonna do a really bad job putting them on for each and every single bag, but if not, I would take hours and hours if I want to do it perfect. But yeah, I definitely want to recommend Dior mid-size for anyone that is going for a different look. I also really love the ones they have in toile de Gris, and this is how it looks with the mid-size. So let's go for the next bag. Bag number 2 is a Birkin 25 in Beton. Beton is this beautiful off-white color. I'm gonna go a bit more in depth. It's in rose gold hardware in Togo leather. I got this bag actually quite recently. I got it for my 28th birthday back in November, and this one is also from Bertalux. Again, this was really hard to find. I was on the wish list for a white Birkin for the longest time, and I was not even very specific with Beton. I was between Craie, Nata, Beton, and I was also open to some of the lighter shades of gray that Hermès offers that are really nice. The thing about Beton is that I really did not want a nuclear white bag, and Beton actually means cement, and it's a grayish, which is an in-between gray and beige, and this makes it go with absolutely everything. I love this bag so much that this bag has become my favorite bag in my entire bag collection. This is the top one. I am not kidding. If you ask me, I would argue that this is probably the prettiest bag that I have in my entire collection. I use white bags so much, but when it comes to this one, because it's not really rubbing against your clothes, I'm definitely not that worried, so I can use it with darker clothing as long as I am mindful and I'm just not rubbing the bag against the clothes. For me, when it comes to this bag, it's come to the point where I need to really stop myself from using it every single day because I want to use my other bags, but every single time that I put an outfit together, I just keep thinking that this bag would go so well with it. I don't know why, but I just find white to be the color that I gravitate towards the most when it comes to bags, even more than black. This is my baby. I adore this bag and I find it to be just beautiful from the size, the color, everything. And for this one I only have one Twilly. I don't have the two, and that's because I was not completely sold in the color. Let me put it on so you can see. This one I really prefer to use it without the Twilly, but sometimes you kind of need it, so I've thought to get the mid-size from Dior too, but the ones in the gray toile de Gris, because I feel like this one might be too warm for Beton, but it was the closest that I could find that would complement and match a little bit the color of the bag. I don't know, I would love to hear your opinion on this one. Do we think it matches the bag, or should I look for something else? Because if so, I definitely need to get the other one to have the set, because I would like to protect both handles, not just one. But it was the best one that I could find, and I kind of really like how it looks. Number 3, this one is my most recent addition, and this is a Birkin 25 in the color Vert Fonce, gold hardware, Togo leather. All my Birkins are in Togo leather. Just a quick color comparison with black. So Vert Foncé, I would describe it as a very deep forest green. This color is a true chameleon. Like the moment the light changes, you see kind of a different color. During a sunny day, it has this beautiful rich green tone. Then if you take it indoors, it can look a little bit more grayish, like a really dark gray with a green undertone, and sometimes maybe at night it can even look like a black bag. So this is definitely a neutral, and this bag I got it from boutique here in Barcelona. I really love this color. I feel like it's a very elegant bag, and the gold hardware complements it so well. Like I've had zero issues pairing it with pretty much anything that I think of. And this is not a color that I actually had on my wish list. I didn't even know that this color existed. I was on the wish list for Vert, but my essay told me that when he saw this color he thought of me because I really love green. Green and blue are my absolute favorite colors, and when I saw it in person I just fell in love with the bag. It's truly beautiful, and it goes so well with everything. I get so many compliments on the color of this bag, and really this color represents what I've been trying to say about how Hermès is amazing when they do their colors. It's so unique, it's so versatile. I always love finding a new color that is almost magical because it keeps changing depending on the light, and it's just simply beautiful. And I'm sure that this is going to be a bag that I'm going to use so much. Now of course, for the twilly of this one, I have this that has a lot of green, but it also has yellow, so I am not the biggest fan, but I definitely love the green. This is a twilly that I already had, and I definitely intend to get something different. If anything, I want to bring out the green on the bag even more. And this is the bag with the twilly, but again, we're gonna look for a green one for this one. I think I'd rather go for a bag charm, and I have exactly one in mind. But yeah, I definitely want to recommend this color. I've been loving it so much. The next bag is a Birkin 25 in gold. Hermès gold color is this caramel brown. It's such a rich and beautiful shade. I would say that gold and black are the most popular Hermès colors. You could also add a taupe and a tan into that category, but for me, I always dreamed of owning a gold Birkin, and I got this really cute croissant bag charm for this bag. This is from Sticky Sue. I'm gonna link them in the description box down below, and I want to get more of their bag charms for some of my bags because they're leather, they're really good quality, and I really like them. This bag is also in Togo in gold hardware. I got this offer directly from store, and this was when I was still living in Mexico. I would say that I had such a blessed and truly amazing experience when I just started shopping at Hermès. They were always so amazing, so chatty, and just overall so nice to me at my store back in Mexico, that actually when I moved here I was very sad and really scared that I was not gonna have the same type of interaction. For this one, I don't really have twilly. I just like to use this, but usually when I'm using this bag charm, I take away the key and the clochette and I store it inside of the bag. For me, when I would think about my dream handbag collection, it always included this bag and the black one. I love and adore this color. I feel like it complements pretty much anything that I wear. I don't know, it's just so beautiful, and I really love the fact that this one has the contrast stitching, that I've come to realize that it's my only bag with contrast stitching, which means that the bag is in gold and the stitching, you can see that it's in white, and I really think that it makes it look really beautiful. I would say this bag in this color really defines Hermès as the brand. Every single time that I think of a Birkin or a Kelly, I tend to think about them in gold, and now that I'm looking at it, I'm starting to regret that I don't have twillies on this bag because the handles definitely need a good cleaning, which I'm probably gonna do this week. I really love sitting down and just cleaning my bags and putting them in their dust bags. But yeah, I always dream about owning this bag, and I've used it so much. Now I promise this is the last Birkin 25, although in my dreams I would also love to have it in a pastel green, a pastel blue, a beautiful red, and of course I've just been obsessed with pink. But yeah, this is the last one, and this was the first, the one that kind of started it all. It's a Birkin 25 in black gold hardware Togo leather. This was my first Hermès bag, and this was an offer from the store, my same store in Mexico. I don't think that I will ever forget what it was getting the call for the first time. When I put myself on the wish list for the first time, I was definitely shooting to the universe because I knew that it was going to be basically impossible when I put myself on the wish list for a black Birkin 25. Also back then, I was not being too serious about it. I was just like, if it ever happens, it's going to be a dream. I've always loved bags, and for me a Birkin was always like the end game. It was the holy grail, and I've always loved everything about Hermès and its heritage. I've just always been kind of a handbag freak. And back then, when Chanel was not as crazy expensive as it is now, I was a bit more focused on Chanel. So when I put myself on the wish list for this bag, I definitely did not see it being fulfilled in any shape or form. So I put myself on the wish list for either black or gold. So one day I get the call and I first thought that it was going to be something else. Like, I truly did not think that it was going to be this bag. So I go to the store with Polo, who is now my husband, and of course I've talked his ears off, and he's very much aware of the lore about these bags and like how hard they are to get, how the system works, and how much I wanted one. So I get there and my essay has the biggest smile. Again, I cannot emphasize the click that I made with that essay. We would just talk about bags for hours and hours and hours. I love talking about colors, and I did learn a lot from him. And that day he actually let me pick between two bags, which was this one and the other one was in gold. I think I sat there for a full hour because I literally could not pick between both of them. But at the end of the day, I knew that it had to be this one because of course in that moment I thought, this is going to be the one and only. There's no way they're ever gonna offer me one. I just need to be 100% sure if I'm gonna go with the black or if I'm gonna go with the gold. So the reason why I went with black is because I always really wanted black. A black bag is a black bag, and I went with this one. But yeah, it took me so long. That day my eye was twitching because I just could not believe it. And every single time that I use this bag, I have a lot of love for it. I would say that I have quite a big sentimental attachment to it for a lot of things that it represented to me back then. For anyone that has been following me for a while, you will be very much aware of that. I love it, I adore it. This is the bag that started this whole mess. And yeah, he did promise me that he was gonna later on try to get me the gold one so I could have both, and eventually he did, and I will be forever grateful to him for being so nice, for allowing me to lose the fear to enter into Hermès because it's very intimidating. So yeah, this was the last 25, and for this one I also have a twilly, and it was actually the perfect match. This was actually a gift from a friend because she found it and thought that it would match the bag perfectly, and it's from Hermès. Let me show you how it looks on the bag. I promise that I'm way better at putting twillies on, but I'm trying to rush because if not, I'm gonna be sitting here yapping about bags for hours and hours and hours. And this is the bag with its twilly. Now going for the last Birkin, this is one that a lot of people thought that I was completely crazy for getting. And this is my big mama Birkin. I simply adore this bag and I had a vision when I wanted to get it. But this is a Birkin 35 in Etain, which is this beautiful gray color, in Palladium hardware in Togo leather. For this one I don't really have twillies. I got this bag from Lux, and I was literally very specific with the fact that I wanted it to be gray, and for me gray bags look the best when it comes to silver hardware, so this bag is in Palladium. This was a bag that one day I got the idea that I just wanted a massive Birkin. The reason for that is that sometimes I just really need a big bag, and I need a big bag that is going to fit my laptop, maybe some snacks, water, my iPad, my agenda, my camera, and the sweater. And as I've said before, I just really like top handle bags. However, every single time that I discussed the fact that I wanted to get a 35, I am really short, I am 5'1", so everyone would tell me that I was gonna look like a bag with legs. That I probably do, but I'm a happy bag with legs because I really like this bag. I am so happy that I didn't listen to anyone and I just went ahead and got it. If you look for a Birkin 35 on the resale market, you're gonna find that they are very, very well priced. It's just not a very popular size, and I find it to be so amazing. I really also want to emphasize it feels big because you usually compare it to mini Kellys or Birkin 25s. However, this bag is the size of an average tote. Yes, being a top handle, it makes it a heavy bag and sometimes a little bit of a hassle to have around, but I am very used to carrying heavy bags and top handle bags, so for me this has never been a problem. I also really love Etain, but it has a warm tone. Again, I do consider this to be a neutral and very easy to use with absolutely everything. I used to have a MacBook 16-inch. I now have a 14-inch, so I have even more space. But I love this bag for so many reasons. It's just the perfect travel bag for me. I travel quite a lot and I tend to need a big bag that is going to fit everything. And at the same time, if I'm gonna travel with a bag, I want it to be a bag that I'm gonna also use on the destination. And this bag is just perfect for that. So sometimes I just put this bag, I put one or two smaller bags inside, I put my laptop and everything that I'm gonna need. And the fact that it's an open tote, you put it on top of your luggage, so it's perfect for traveling. Also, we travel a lot by car and I vlog. This bag is absolutely perfect to take a sweater with you, water, some snacks, stuff for the dog, all my filming gear, and anything that Polo wants to throw inside of my bag, and I'm good for the entire day. Like, I've never been in the position where I'm like, oh my god, it doesn't fit inside of the bag. And that was the whole idea behind of this. I just wanted a bag where I could put everything on those days that I just need to have a lot of stuff around with me, and I wanted it to be a bag that I just know that I love so much. I have an organizer inside because it is a bag that can be a bit slouchier, but it's something that I love about it. And of course, in the future I would love to be a Birkin mom, and I'm gonna be able to put all my kids stuff inside. We still have a few years before that happens. However, I feel like the 35 is just a really amazing size, and for me it's been working out amazing. When I leave the house for the entire day and I'm gonna work and I just want to have everything with me, I really love going to work at cafes. So it's such a practical bag, and again, I got it for a really good price. Now starting with the Kellys, and we're gonna start with the smallest one, which is my mini Kelly in Craie with Palladium hardware in Epsom leather. I had to send a bag to the spa back in September. This is my first time ever using the Hermès spa service, and my experience has been full of up and downs, I would say. It's definitely been a saga that I will update you once I have the bag back. But basically during the summer I started to notice that the handle of the bag started to peel. Like, the leather was peeling off, which was a bit odd. First of all, because at that point the bag was 1.5 years old. This was my first Hermès offer here at the boutique in Barcelona after I moved. I definitely scored with that bag, and I cannot express enough how much I adore it. For the 1.5 years that I had it, I absolutely loved it, and I used it so much. It was my most used bag. It's such a great bag to be around the city, and you can just cross it, and it's very discreet under the coat, so if you need to take the subway or just be walking wherever, you just feel safe. It fits my essentials, so I just loved it so much. So during the summer, when I realized that it was peeling, I panicked. I took it back to the store, and my SA told me, just let's send it to the spa so they check the bag over, and you should have it back in 2 months. And for a full month, nothing. They didn't even send it to Paris. It was just sitting there at the store. I would say that by the end of November, they tell me that the bag has been sent from Barcelona to Paris, and that they would update me with everything. And at the end, when the artisans get the bag, they quote me quite a high amount, and to that I replied if we could check what is happening with the bag, because for Hermès standards and quality and all, I just thought that it was impossible that the bag was wearing like this after such a short amount of time. Then I started to research a little bit, and I found online other people that had similar issues. Thankfully they came back to me and they tell me, yes, we will cover it, this was on us, we will basically repair the bag for free, and you're gonna have it by February. So I'm thrilled. I tell them thank you so much, and I wait till February, and then the date comes and I get no updates. So I emailed them asking, hey, do we have any news? Is the bag already at the boutique? Can I go and pick it up? I miss it so much. And they replied to my email that there was a mistake made and that the bag was going to be ready until May. So yeah, I'm just waiting to be updated again. There's nothing to be done. I definitely don't want to rush them. So yeah, I'm waiting to get it back. But I will never get rid of that bag. I adore it. It was a bag that I reached for quite a lot, and Craie, it's such a beautiful shade of white. But that is why I was not able to include it in my 2025 bag collection, and why it's not physically here, but I'm showing you clips and pics of the bag. Next up, this was my second bag that I ever got from Hermès, and this is a Kelly 25 in the color Vert de Gris. This is also a chameleon green. Kind of feel like I'm collecting those rare greens, to be honest. When I put myself up for a Kelly, I definitely want to go for the 25 because I already knew that I really loved the Birkin in the 25. However, I do want to say that I just like the Birkin more. It feels easier to use. I do appreciate a lot the fact that the Kelly has a strap, and I really love this bag. It's beautiful. I love the color, and I love the way that it looks with the gold hardware. It is in Epsom leather in the Cellier styles. All of my Birkins are in Retorn, and all of my Kellys are in Cellier, which is my personal preference. However, I've been wondering if I would like the Kelly in the Retorn. Probably yes. I think I have a few clips comparing this color to Vert Fonce. Vert Fonce is more like a forest green, and I would say that this one is more khaki military. It has a warmer tone, and it looks amazing with everything. This bag I got offered back in Mexico with my essay in between the black Birkin and the gold Birkin. I've loved it so much. This one I would say is the one that I can tell you that I've noticed the most wear. I have a few scratches on the bag here and also here. I find that this bag looks a bit better during fall and winter, so I decided to get a pink twilly for it just to make it a bit more spring summery. This was actually a suggestion from my essay that day, and I did not think that a pink twilly was going to suit the bag, of course, until I tried it on, and then I was just in love. But I do think that it refreshes the bag quite a lot. I really appreciate a lot the fact that I can wear this bag as a crossbody. It does not fit as much as the Birkin 25, I do have to note that. I actually have not seen many bags in this shade, and the gold hardware complements it so well because it brings out the warmer tone even more. And now, before I keep going on and on, let me go for the last Kelly. This is my only vintage Hermès bag, and it also is in my favorite Hermès leather, which is box. I was just using it a few days ago and I did not close it. So this is a Kelly 28 in black box leather. Box leather is very shiny. It's in gold hardware and the bag is from 1995. And this bag is a very clear representation of the quality that Hermès offers and that these bags should be able to last years and years and years. This bag is almost 30 years old and it looks simply amazing. I love it. The 28 also fits so much, so I tend to use this one actually a little bit more than the 25. I love the shiny leather. I just overall love the look of this bag. I've considered sending it to the spa a few times now, so it gets a bit of a refresh, especially when it comes to the strap. Let me give you some close-ups. You can see that it definitely needs some TLC here, and on the body of the bag I would say it's mainly on the corners that it needs some restoring, but for a 30-year-old bag I would say that this is not bad at all. And I just keep thinking all the time that this is what it's going to happen with the rest of my bags. In 30 years from now I'm still going to be loving and using them. It's going to be quite funny when those are going to be considered vintage. But yeah, I feel like this bag has so much character. For this one I don't really have any twillies or bag charms. I just like to wear it as is, and with this one I don't really worry much. To be honest, with none of these bags I worry much because they're very hard wearing. I've spilled coffee on the white Beton Birkin and it wiped right off, like no problem at all. So these are bags that you can definitely wear and use. You don't have to baby them. They are meant to be loved, put on the floor, be traveled with, and in my case I plan to use every single one of them until the handles fall off. That Kelly, of course, I bought it pre-loved and it was from this store that is called Le Prix, and I got it before it was very popular to buy vintage bags because the price was really good. So I actually got it for a really good price, and I would say like 6 months or 1 year after that. It's been really hard to find vintage bags in that condition in a good price. They go for way more now, but nothing compared to Chanel, I would say. Now this is my one and only Constance. This one I just got it for Christmas. Every single time that I see the color it just makes me so happy. So this is a Constance 18 in swift leather. The color is Vert Criquet in gold hardware. So I was between this size and the 24. I got it for Christmas from Vert. I really wanted a bag in Vert Criquet, and I think this is the prettiest shade of green that Hermès offers, especially when it comes to pastels. I think this bag is stunning. I love swift leather. This color is like pistachio matcha. It's just so beautiful for spring and summer. It's going to be such a beautiful and stunning bag to use. I just did a full review on this bag, but in case you're interested in any of the bags, you're gonna definitely be able to find the unboxing and a proper review on each and every single one of them, like what fits, mud shots, everything. I was a little bit hesitant about the size at the beginning, but I took it to South Africa with me for 2 weeks and I used it every single day and it fits so much, even being so small. Because the bag is like an accordion, you can actually fill it up and it fits a very decent amount of things. It stretches up and I could fit my vlogging camera, the little one, the Osmo, my wallet, my keys, everything, no problem. It's also such a lightweight bag and the crossbody strap has the perfect length. It took me a really long time to want to try out the Constance, but I have to say that I've been really loving it. I love the color. This was one of my unicorn colors. I love adding color to my wardrobe, but I usually gravitate more towards pastels, and these colors from Hermès are really hard to find. Blue Bloom, Rose Sakura, there's definitely more, but I'm blanking on them right now. So this is the last proper bag. The next two ones are technically wallets, but you can also use them as mini bags. So they are this one. This is the wallet that I'm using right now, and this one. So these two are my favorite wallets. This is the Hermès Roulis, and this is in Beton, same as the Birkin, but this one is actually in Ever color with gold hardware. I hope that you can see the difference between the shades. Mind you, both of these are in Beton, but this one is in Togo and this one is in Ever color, and you can see the different tone that they have. This one is just definitely warmer, and as I said, this one is also in yellow gold. The Roulis is actually very similar to the Constance. I would say the main difference comes into the buckle, and this one is the Constance Slim wallet in Vert de Craie, which is the same color as this bag, but both of them are in Epsom, so they look literally like an identical match, and may or may not be the reason why I got them. I just really like matching, and I really love them because you can add a strap to these ones and you can make them mini bags. On the inside, they fit quite a lot. Let me just take out my stuff. This is how they look on the inside. They have a back pocket right here and a front one right here, so you can put your cards, and it's going to fit a lip gloss, and it also comes with this little pouch where you can put coins or anything, and you can also use it as a belt bag. They are the same size, and on the inside they are identical. So in theory they are small leather goods or wallets, but I use them very often as micro bags. I really like to use them for days that I just don't want to overthink, just have wallet, keys, and the lip gloss basically. So this was it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if I forgot to say anything or you have any questions about any of the bags, please leave it in the comment section down below. I would also love to ask anyone, what is your dream holy grail Hermès color and just combo in general, like the size, color, everything. You can be super specific. I just wonder which are the most popular colors because Hermès has so many, and just in general I enjoy talking about bags a lot. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos, and if you're not done watching, I'm gonna leave you two right here in case you want to check them out. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye.